This is my Tamagotchi collection! The amount I spent would be 6,000 Singapore dollars at least. I do own like almost every model. I just counted the number of Tamagotchis that I had, and it came out to 168. Tamagotchi is a virtual pet. You can like clean its poop, feed it some food or play with it. Just make sure that it grew up healthy like a regular pet basically. You can take care of it up to like 10 to 15 days around there. Then after that, it will like die of old age. That is if you don't like, let it die of sickness or whatever neglect lah. In the past, it was pretty popular, especially in like Japan, US, those kind of other countries. When I was a kid, my dad was driving me and my brother around. I was like looking around the shop and then I saw this digital pet. Then I told my dad like, I want it. My dad just said, okay, then we'll buy it for you. And then that was like my very first one. Usually, I only run about 1 or 2 at the same time. But the most that I ever ran at the same time before, I believe, was like 5 or 6. And then I remember I brought all of them on my trip to JB with my friends. So then when I was in the hotel room, I took out all my Tamagotchi from my bag and I was like feeding it one by one in the hotel room. And then my friends were like, are you crazy? You come JB, you bring so many. There are 3 broad categories of Tamagotchi. One is the vintage models, which were released from 1996 to like around 2000. And then after that, we have the connection models. The difference is that they can now connect with each other to like get married and be friends, all that. And then the third and latest generation, which is the color screen models. So if you want to start off like a collection, it really depends what kind of features you're looking for, what kind of era you want the Tamagotchi to be from, like your tastes as well. Currently, I do bring my Tamagotchis out every day with me. I see it like a emotional support companion, especially on like difficult days, like on my first day of work, or when I know that I have a very stressful meeting to attend. Then knowing that I have that Tamagotchi with me in my pocket, it really gives me that sense of calm, like like I have someone with me to give me emotional support in that sense. I have a very close friend that I actually know through Tamagotchi. Our friendship started in Tamagotchis, but of course it grew beyond that. Yeah. I get emotional when I spend a lot of effort to take care, especially the high maintenance one. Then I thought that I'm almost there already, I almost achieved it already. Then suddenly last minute it died, then yeah, I'll be damn emo. There's this Tamagotchi Ocean. It's notorious for being the most difficult Tamagotchi ever to take care of. If you give it perfect care, it will evolve into mermaid. So mermaid is like one of the rare characters to get. And then my husband was like, challenge accepted. Then I said, cannot one lah, walao, how can you confirm cannot one? Then the more I say he cannot, the more he will prove it to me. Then finally, he really got that mermaid, that freaking mermaid that I wanted to get. He said, let me show off to your international community.
Oh, hello. Going to hijack the Wise channel for today. I would like to share some tips as well as my 2-week journey with the Umino.
And then he made me post that video in that Tamagotchi group. This one is actually another custom painted Tamagotchi. This is actually me and my husband and my cat and my stuffed lamb. So I got this for myself like when I got married. So it's like my wedding Tamagotchi. Initially, my parents thought that it's just a toy, but then like when I started to like make a business out of it, then they were like, oh, it's actually like a viable business as well. Fuzzy and Chic is actually a business where we sell like handmade Tamagotchi covers and other handmade Tamagotchi accessories like for your Tamagotchis. So it started basically when I wanted to buy a cover for myself. I was like researching on how I can make my own, then I tried to make my own. My friend told me that like, why don't you try selling it as well since you're already making it? So I did, and then it just kind of grew by word of mouth. This one is one of my favorites because it's in the shape of Tokage, which is like one of my favorite Japanese mascots. And then of course we have like the plushes. So this is like Kuchipachi, which is a Tamagotchi character, and then you can actually like slot in a Tamagotchi inside. So how you care for your Tamagotchi, keep it away from sunlight, because sunlight will make the Tamagotchi turn yellow. Before I moved into my new house, I was actually displaying my Tamagotchis in one of those like IKEA glass cabinets. And then I left it beside the window. Then I realized that some of them actually turned yellow. So it's kind of like I blame myself for it. And a part of me, I don't think will ever really get over it, but I'm trying to. Yeah. So the size of the local Tamagotchi community in Singapore, about 100 plus members. We used to have like a small WhatsApp chat group. We usually did something like, after work dinner, that kind of thing, at like a restaurant. And then we just like bring our Tamagotchis and like show off to each other and then take photo together. Then if can connect to get married, then we might try to connect and get married kind of thing. For the international community, mostly it's communication via Facebook because we have this like Facebook group, right, for Tamagotchi collectors. There's also hatches. Hatches is when like a group of people decide to run the exact same model at the same time together, and then every day we will take a picture and update what is like my progress of growth. It's quite fun and it could be motivating also. Like sometimes when I don't know what Tamagotchi I want to play, then we will decide together what we want and then we motivate each other to, take care of it. Actually, the percentage of customers that I have from Singapore is pretty low. I think it's like maybe 10%, like 90% are from like overseas. Majority are from the US. We are currently hosting our very first Kickstarter campaign. It's actually like a bag with a window, and then the window you can put your Tamagotchi in it. So you can like display your Tamagotchi when you're carrying a bag.